final time. Welcome into the Joey Wright Show. I am Joey Wright. The grand finale, that's what we got on tap for you today, and it is a good show that we have lined up. Earlier in the show's run, I talked a little baseball. It was a decent segment, but we're going to really get into the meat and cheese of it today, if you will, and then we're going to have Ricardo Vargas join us. I wanted to have Abram come on, kind of recapture the magic of the first show, Abram and Ricardo, but he did not respond to my text. So Abram's not going to join us, but Ricardo will. We're going to talk some baseball, have my beef jerky stick in studio. It's going to be a good show. Let's get down to business. There we go. A Northern Michigan Township Board last week decided to hold a picnic before its regularly scheduled meeting. Those who attended were happy for the free food, but were presumably upset when they realized they had attended a town board meeting. A Texas man last week fired a bullet at an armadillo, only to have the bullet right off the armadillo and hit him in the face. The armadillo then presumably ran away, laughing. A Missouri family is being threatened with jail time by their homeowners association because of a purple swing set they put up in their backyard. And to the people on that homeowners association board, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Not really a joke there, it's just people these days. A Pennsylvania elementary school will be closed for the foreseeable future after an infestation of brown recluse spiders was discovered last month. I expect nothing more from American public schools. A 110-year-old New Jersey woman is saying that the key to her longevity has been drinking 3 Miller High Life beers a day for 70 years. She's living the high life. A 33-year-old Florida man was arrested on Monday. His 32nd arrest. Everyone has a talent. His is getting arrested. And then I wrote some jokes on the back of the note cards as well, because some of these were jokes from last week's show that I just kind of rewrote a little bit. AT&T users in Louisville last week were outraged over widespread outages in the Louisville area. The reason for the outages being that they had AT&T. All right, so it was a good one. We're going to talk a little baseball when we come back. My predictions, the outlook for these final 1.5 months of the baseball regular season, playoff predictions. It's all coming up on the Joey Wright Show. Ricardo, baseball, grand finale. Stick with us. And welcome back. We're going to talk some baseball. Now, I believe it was the second episode I did. I did a little segment on baseball, and that was when I thought I needed a guest to fill some time, and it was about the 5th show that I realized that wasn't the case. But, it was a decent little segment about baseball, but could have been better, and, that's why we're here. We're going to do it again. So this is going to work, like the little NFL thing I did a few weeks ago, just kind of predict who's going to end up who. And it is a little easier now to do that because, the season's more than halfway done. So, I'm just kind of filling in I don't know where I was going with that. But, give my playoff predictions. It'll be nice. So let's start with the American League East. I have Toronto passing New York. And then after New York's going to finish in second. We're going to have Tampa, Baltimore, and Boston. Toronto, the trade deadline, it just went crazy. They were making moves. Got Troy Tulowitzki, David Price. I don't think there's much doubt that Toronto is going to win that division. New York's going to finish. New York's better than Tampa. They'll hold on to second. I still have them getting a wild card spot. And then I have Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and Boston. Boston, they've disappointed a lot of people this year, myself included. I thought they would have been a lot better. And that's the thing with Boston. They're either really good or really bad. really not much in between there, and they're really bad this year. They could have been better. Before the season started, I would have had them as a playoff team, but just hasn't materialized for the Boston Red Sox. Let's move on to the American League Central. Kansas City, Minnesota, Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland. And this is pretty easy to forecast. Kansas City is like a 12, 13 game lead or something to that effect. Maybe it's even 14 games, I don't know. But they have a pretty sizable advantage over Minnesota. And Minnesota, you know, they were a wild card team earlier this year, but other teams have gotten better. They really haven't. So, I mean, they've had a good season thus far. They've exceeded expectations. But they're not gonna get to the old playoffs this year. And then Chicago, Chicago might be able to just slither on past Minnesota. But I mean, it's either or. Doesn't really matter either way because they're not going to be a playoff team. And then Detroit, you know, they got some good young talent at the deadline. Traded David Price, and you know, for there's that one Blue Jays. I forget Daniel Norris. I want to say, yeah, well, that's who I want to say. He's good. He's very very good young pitcher. Good for them to get at the deadline. And then Cleveland, I don't think is a bad team. They're not good, but it is what it is. Move to the American League West. Houston, Texas, Anaheim, Seattle, and Oakland. Houston, I do think Houston's going to hold on and win this division. Houston's had a good season so far. I don't see Texas or Los Angeles being better than them. I mean, Houston's got it figured out. And Texas, I have them getting past Los Angeles, getting a second wild card spot. Texas, you know, they're hot right now. They're not laying back. So I do have them getting into the playoffs. Los Angeles, I think Los Angeles is better than Texas, but I see Texas getting past them. Texas, it's clicking for them. Now, the Cole Hamels trade, going back to Texas real quick, I'm not a fan of that at all. Gave up too many prospects for a pitcher that's really not going to help them too much this year. I mean, a pitcher's only going to win you a handful of games. I mean, he gave up too much young talent for him, in my opinion. But then you get Los Angeles after that. Seattle, I don't know what the deal is with them. I would have thought they would have been first or second in the division heading into the season. It's another deal like what you get with Boston. They're just disappointed. And then Oakland is, I don't know if they have the worst record in the American League, but they're near there if they don't have it. And they're not a factor at all. We don't even really need to go over what's going on in Oakland. Terrible stadium, as I've mentioned before. Let's go back to the East Coast. You get the Mets. I have them finishing in front of Washington, and then Atlanta, Philadelphia, and I have Miami finishing in last. And the Mets, I like the Yoenis Cespedes trade. That was a very good trade, in my opinion. They might have David Wright coming back. Well, you know, he's not the player he was several years ago, but he can still help that team down the stretch. The pitching, they got a great staff in New York. I'm really liking what the Mets are doing. The Nationals, I have them finishing in second. I think they're good, but I just don't think they're going to top what the Mets have going on right now. Washington could be a wild card team. You know, I'm not going to rule that out. I don't think I checked the wild card standings for the National League last night, but my wild card teams are Chicago and San Francisco. But you can interchange Washington for one of them, I think, and you'd be just fine. Then you got Atlanta in third. They made some moves at the deadline. I believe they got Nick Swisher from the Indians, along with Michael Bourne. I want to say they acquired him. They're going to finish in third. They're not better than the Mets or the Nationals. Then you get Philly. I mean, going into the season, I think a lot of people would have predicted they would have finished in last in their division by a sizable margin. because I think everyone thought Miami was going to be a lot better, but that's not the case. Miami, they've just had an abysmal season over there in South Florida, and Philadelphia, they'll get by Miami. They already are. They passed them the other day, and they'll pull away a little bit from Miami as the season goes on. I just have Miami needs to get it figured out. Miami is there. It's exactly what I said with Boston earlier. Probably even more so true for Miami. They're either winning World Series, as they did in '97 and 2003, or they are really bad. And I think last year a lot of people thought they were going to be better. This year it was maybe going to be a title run for them, but no, not the case. National League Central, not much doubt at all that St. Louis is going to win this division. Great pitching they got in St. Louis. Hitting some good bats there. Chicago, I think they'll get past Pittsburgh. Chicago, they've been on a hot streak lately. They'll mosey on past the Pirates. It'll be close. I mean, they're not just gonna walk away from them, but the Pirates, they're not going in the direction that the Cubs are. Not going up at the same rate. They're both very good, but I just don't see it. And then Cincinnati, not much to talk about there. And then Milwaukee, they almost won the division last year, but polar opposite of that this year. Not a good run for the Brew Crew. Then the American League West, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Arizona, San Diego, and Colorado. Los Angeles, I do think they're going to finish, better than San Francisco does. Not by too much. It's actually a pretty close division. I think Arizona, they're in third. They're only like 5 or 6 or 7 games out, if I remember correctly from last night. Go back up though to San Francisco. 2010 World Series championship. 2011, a little bit of a year off. 2012, they win the World Series, and another year off. Last year, 2014, they win the World Series. So it's even numbered years that they're getting up there and contending for a World Series. It's an odd numbered year, so the odds are against the Giants, if you want to look at it like that. But 2016, look for another title run for the Giants. Then you got Arizona after them. I think Arizona, they're just kind of stuck back in third. They're certainly not the best team in that division, certainly not the worst. They're average. They're a 500 team, but they're not going to get up and pass San Francisco or Los Angeles. Then you get San Diego. I thought San Diego was going to be a lot. That's the theme that I'm noticing. A lot of the teams you would have thought would do pretty good, they're not doing too well. But San Diego and then Colorado. Colorado's got Jose Reyes and traded Troy Tulowitzki. I mean, Reyes is no but it'll be all right for Colorado. Give them a few years, and they're rebuilding over there in the Rockies. Let me take a sip of my beverage real quick before we get into the playoffs. That's good stuff. Alrighty. So Toronto, Kansas City, and Houston, and then New York and Texas. They play that wild card game. That's a toss-up. Who's going to win between the Yankees or the Rangers? Just going off of what happened earlier in the year when the Rangers played in a primetime ESPN game, Rangers-Yankees. Texas, they got off to a good start, 5-0 advantage. And then the Yankees scored like 21 unanswered runs. So if they play a game for the wild card, I got to give it to New York. Even as a Rangers fan, I'll give it to them. So you get Toronto, Kansas City, Houston, and New York. Let's see here. Moving on to the next round, the two teams advancing to the American League Championship Series. I got to go with Toronto, and I got to go with Kansas City. Unless they play. I'm not sure how that's going to work out this year, but just hypothetical. I'm going with Toronto, Kansas City. And then who wins that? That's tough because Toronto, they've got the bats and they've got pitching. Kansas City has bats, and I don't know if they have the pitching that Toronto does. So I got to give that to Toronto. I got Toronto going to the World Series. Now, just a few months ago, when Episode 2 rolled around, I went with Kansas City, and that could very well still happen. So, don't count anyone out. Obviously, I'm not here to change my mind. Well, I did, so I don't know what I just meant, but forget that. I got Toronto going to the World Series. Now you move on to the National League. Mets, Cardinals, Dodgers, wild card teams, Chicago and San Francisco. I think San Francisco wins that wild card game. But hey, Toronto or Chicago, in this hypothetical situation, they made it to the playoffs. Good for them. But then so you got the Mets, the Cardinals, the Dodgers, and the Giants. Let's see here. I'll go with Mets Cardinals in the championship series, and it could very easily be Cardinals Dodgers, or even Cardinals Giants. A lot of these teams are very good, but I'm just gonna say Mets Cardinals, just kind of rematch of 2006, and keeping with 2006 fashion, the Cardinals would win that series. I don't think that that's a question. So the World Series, you got Toronto and St. Louis. This is tough because Toronto, they certainly look like a very good team now. But St. Louis, they've proven that they're a very good team. So this could go either way. I don't really think that there's a clear favorite. Toronto has a scary lineup now, but St. Louis has the lineup and the pitching. So you know what? I'm going to have to think about this. Stay tuned. You'll find out who wins this World Series. You'll find out after the Ricardo segment. So stay tuned. We're going to have Ricardo Vargas join us after the break. You're watching the grand finale of the Joey Wright Show on UPTV. And welcome back. All right, we're going to have the final guest of the Joey Wright Show, season 1 at least. Not sure what the future's going to bring, but for now, final guest, Ricardo Vargas. Now, I had reached out to Abram. He didn't respond. Wanted to get him on the show, but it is what it is. I'm sure he's doing something very important. Abram Washington is, so, it's all good. We're going to call Ricardo, see what he's got to say. If I can get this mic, there we go. There we go, all right. Let's get him on the line. Well, fumbling around with the... it'll be all right. We'll figure that out. There we are, perfect. Oh.
Hello.
There he is, Ricardo Vargas. Ricardo, it's great to have you on the show for one final time here.
Man, thanks, Joe. You caught me off guard. I forgot all about it.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's like last week when I forgot the note cards.
Man, I'm a fool, man.
Hey, it's all good. So, Ricardo, how are things going today? What's going on in the life of Ricardo?
Well, Right now I'm at Barnes and Noble. I was eating a cookie and reading some magazines.
Ooh. Ricard, you loving that Barnes and Noble.
Man, yes. It's a great place, with great people, and I really like that triple chocolate chunk cookie.
Ooh, that sounds good. I had some brownies the other day. They were very good. Ooh, that does sound good. If I'm gonna get a cookie,
Brownies are great.
but if I'm gonna get a cookie from anywhere, it's gotta be one of those Subway cookies. Ooh, those are good.
Those are good.
I don't
I
understand.
like the Jimmy John's cookies.
Oh, Jimmy John's makes a good cookie. I don't understand the love. I don't understand at all the love for those grandma's cookies or whatever.
Right. Those things, they're okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're nothing crazy.
Yeah,
They're nothing crazy.
those average cookies, like
Right, those average cookies, they make it seem like, I don't know.
it is something. That's America these days. I mean, if one person likes something, more people gonna start, just following along on the grandma cookie bandwagon.
Right, that bandwagon, like, after you eat the second one, you just don't feel good.
No.
You just don't feel good.
I mean, it's a good, quick, cheap snack, but I mean, once the hunger's gone, the love is gone. It's just it doesn't keep you coming back.
Right. Right now this summer, I got a little bit into the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Those are good. Those are good.
Oh man, those are delicious.
Yeah. Baby Ruths. Ooh, whew. I like that.
Oh no, I don't like those.
Not rocking with the Baby Ruths.
No.
Milky Ways. How about those?
Milky Way, I like those. Those are good.
Yeah.
Snickers, I like a good Snickers. I like Milky Way better though.
Yeah. Because it's like a Snickers and then some. I think
yeah, it's good. It's good. Yesterday I was at the store and I saw these M&Ms, and on one side it was yellow, and the other part it was red. So I thought they have half peanut butter and half peanut M&Ms. But then no, it said just sharing size, and it was just partially red. But man, I got excited because I like both of them.
That would be something. Half peanut butter, half pretzel. That'd be good.
Oh, they gotta start doing that. They gotta start doing that. Sometimes I want both,
Yeah.
I want both. I want to just mix it in, like, I like the peanut butter M&Ms. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite, though.
Yeah, you know how I'd take down some mini M&Ms. I like those a lot.
Those are good too. Those are good too.
They're just some, small M&Ms, but it's the texture, the mouthfeel, I think, that keeps you coming back.
Those are the things that they pack a punch, they're really good.
Yep, they do. Sometimes I wish there would be just like a truckload of M&Ms. It just
right, just swim in it. I would like to swim in M&Ms.
Yep. And that brings up the question: M&Ms or Skittles? Everyone's got to decide. I don't know.
Oh no, that's an easy one for me. M&Ms.
Yeah.
I like Skittles, but
I can't do the sour Skittles. Like, it's not that they're too sour. I just mess up my teeth.
Yeah,
I just don't.
Yeah, I don't like them that much, but I do like the regular Skittles.
Yep, I like the regular Skittles as well. I like Starbursts. Ooh.
Yeah, Starbursts are good. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
But M&Ms are up there. That's the king for me right there. For right now.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Moving on to
Twizzlers. I like Twizzlers.
Twizzlers are very good. Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. I had these lemon Jolly Ranchers the other day. Those are good.
I've never had those.
I bought them at Dollar General on my way to Family Video. I was renting some games for the old PS4.
Right on, right on, right on.
Rory McIlroy.
Dollar General, that's for the American people. I love Dollar General.
You can't go wrong with the Dollar General. Dollar Tree as well.
You cannot. That's a foundation for happiness.
It is. I mean, nice cheap food. You know, gets the job done. I mean,
the snacks, man. They just. I like it.
You can get a lot of Dollar General. Now I'm not in Dollar General that often, so I wouldn't really, I'm not up to date on what all they have, but I know you can get a lot there.
They used to have like the peach rings, but they don't have them anymore.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm gonna take a sip of my Mountain Dew. Gotta love that Mountain Dew.
You are a Mountain Dew head.
Alrighty.
Shoot, Mountain Dew needs to sponsor the video, the show.
I always got a Mountain Dew, except last week I had a Dr. Pepper Cherry. That was a very good beverage. Dr. Pepper.
Mountain Dew needs to cut the check.
They do. I can't legally advertise for Mountain Dew on this program, but if I could,
that'd be something.
it would be. So, Ricardo, when are you getting back to Urbana?
August 21st.
August 21st.
Right around the corner, and then Parkland on Monday.
First day of college.
Man, first day of college, man. Jeez.
Freshman once more.
I kind of want to go, but I kind of don't want to go, you know?
Yeah. Well, didn't you say you were going to take the bus there? Or?
I will be on that MTD bright and early.
Need to get that license.
Man, I'll be on that bus having fun.
Yeah, the bus. I've only been on an MTD bus a handful of times, and when I was on there, because it was for the school safety, bus safety things, that they do, and those seats were actually pretty comfortable. I wouldn't mind. I might just fall asleep if I'm getting on one bright and early.
I will be knocked out on that bus. I will be knocked out on that bus. I don't know. When I get on the bus, I just want to sleep.
Yep.
I just want to sleep.
Well, gotta be careful though. You'll end up in some other state. It just keeps going.
I want to get a good seat though. I want to get a good seat.
Yep. I
like the back. I like the back.
Yeah, the back of the bus. They on that safety demonstration, they're making it sound all scary. They're like, the back is where the engine is, so it might just explode.
Right. But hey, if I gotta go, that's the way I want to go. You know.
Exploding on a bus.
I want to die on a bus.
That's man. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah.
Floats your bus.
I was playing Monopoly on my phone, and I had hotels. The AI didn't have anything, and the AI just kept making me offers for my boardwalk. And then finally, I gave it to him on accident, and now I am stuck in an endless Monopoly battle. I have like $35,000, and the AI has like $11,000.
That's the thing about Monopoly. It just goes on forever, and there are no winners.
But I don't want to quit. I want to finish it. I just want to finish that little hat off because it's the hat. I really just want to. Ooh.
The hat. Yeah. I'm always the little car when I play Monopoly.
I like the battleship in the car.
Yeah, I like the car. What was the piece they added a few years ago? Was it the hat or Or the
Man,
cabinet.
I do not know. I do not know.
They added some piece, but Monopoly. I haven't played any board games lately. If I had to pick a favorite board game that I used to play, be Sorry Sliders, where you slide the little. It's like Junior Shuffleboard or something.
That Junior Shuffleboard. I'm looking at a Monopoly electronic banking right now, and it looks really nice. It has four exclusive tokens, the cool bank cards. It looks really nice.
Yeah. A few years ago, I tried to invent a board game, but it didn't really work out. I don't know. What would make a good board game? You gotta.
Man, I'm not. I wouldn't know, but maybe like a good strategy game.
Yep.
That involves this great nation, you know.
America. I like it. I like it.
Something to do with the states, you know. You go from state to state, you know, lurking, you know.
Yeah, that is a good idea. Yep. The board game I tried to create a few years, it was centered on auto racing, and you know, America doesn't like auto racing like they used to, so I might have to rethink that concept. But I mean, it's not 2005 anymore. We need to.
Right, dude, that was a great year, though. That was a great year.
It is. 2005, 2006. 2006. A lot of great movies came out in that time too. Talladega Nights.
That's a top. That's a good movie.
Talladega Nights is the greatest example. You know, the greatest. What's the word? Talladega Nights is the pinnacle of American filmmaking. Greatest film ever made, ever.
Joe, what you just said was this gold.
Gold, like the awards that it probably didn't win, but certainly could have won.
You got a point. That is a terrific movie. Will Ferrell, you know, that's a family movie. That's a real nice family movie.
Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly in there as well. Man.
I want to watch it today. Now I want to watch it.
I was going to buy it on the Play Store, but I didn't have the money to.
That old Play Store.
Google Play Store. I was going to say, Talladega Nights was any Will Ferrell movie. I mean, it's going to be good.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He is, and you know the critics.
I watch his YouTube channel a lot.
Yep.
He's Funny or Die.
Yeah. Yep. What was I going to say? And I've noticed that the critics, in a lot of these comedies, the critics don't like them, but I mean, they're funny movies. I mean, I don't know why the critics, you know, they just need to cut loose and learn to laugh a little bit.
Right. Like, let out a giggle, you know? Let out a giggle.
Like, I mean, you'll get these movies that are clearly just supposed to be comedies, you know, you'll get them like, you see a 3%. Like, what? Yeah.
Right. I mean, the Fantastic Four got like 9%.
Yeah, it's like just well, you know, learn to love. I mean, have a heart. I mean, what?
Right, exactly. Because I was looking through the reviews because I went to the movie theater a few days ago, and I was looking at Pixels, and it didn't get very good reviews, but I liked it. You know, I like Adam Sandler.
Yep. On the subject of movie theaters, man, that's the real crime. Those prices. Ooh. I don't know how anyone could go to a movie theater these days.
Yes, they are flat out criminals.
Man, it's like $10 for a small popcorn. Like, it's getting out of hand.
Right. Like, I just want to buy that popcorn and just shove it down my face, you know? Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah. A few years ago, when I was younger, my grandmother, she took us to see a movie, and she was smuggling in some stuff, and I was like, I didn't understand why, but now I can see why. I mean, that's how you got to play it.
Yes, yes. I just want to do a sweet chin music on those employees.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not their fault, though. It's not their fault. It's corporate America.
It is. Yeah. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, prices on everything are going up these days.
Through the roof. Through the roof.
Yeah, I mean, but there are some prices of things that are going down. Like, you can get a good, flat screen TV for cheap these days.
That's true. That's true.
I think I recall seeing, I don't know where I saw this, but I saw that Best Buy was having a deal. I think it's like a 40-inch Samsung TV and an Xbox One for $500. Yeah. So, I mean, I already have my PS4 and all, so I'm content. But if you're looking to upgrade to the next generation, why not start there?
That's a bang. That's a good price.
It is. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, well, here.
The oil barrel, it dropped down, but like that doesn't have nothing to do with me. I don't have a car. I'm not gonna have a car for many years.
Yeah. What else you gonna need oil for? Like.
Right. Dirty old, stinky old oil, man. If I could drink it, okay, what the heck? Bring in the barrels.
Yeah, oil needs to be more versatile. I mean, it's just oil. Like, it's boring old oil.
Right. If I ever have a kid, I'm gonna name him Oil.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some Lucius. That's a good name. Lucius.
Or I might just name him after a great American city. Like I might name him Portland.
Portland. Dallas. Dallas is actually the name that works. Like,
Dallas is good.
New York.
New York.
Like first name New, middle name York. Last name City.
Yeah. They're like, hey, Tallahassee, get your butt over here.
Tallahassee. What's Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Fort Collins.
I was born in Fort Lauderdale. All right, Ricardo. Well, actually, we're running a little long on time, so I am going to have to let you go here.
Well, all right, Joe. Thanks for having me again, man.
Oh, hey, no problem. Grand finale. It's been great having you on these.
Man, it's been a fun ride.
Yep. I believe on 6 of the 8 episodes, if I'm correct. So, but.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, Ricardo. Well, hey, you take it easy in Colorado. It's gonna be great to play some 2K with you when you get back to the U.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, Joe. See you later.
See you. You take it easy.
You do.
All righty, that was Ricardo Vargas for the final time on the Joe Wright Show. When we come back, we're gonna close the close her down. So you stick with us on the Joe Wright Show. Finales. They're either really good or really bad. I'd like to think this one was just about average. But it has been a good run on the Joey Wright Show. Obviously, not sure what the future holds. Maybe we'll do another season next summer or something. Obviously, UHS Broadcasting, right around the corner. Gonna, be your home for all the Tiger sports, athletics. I'll be there, covering, most of them. So it'll be good. It's been a good ride on the Joe Wright Show. And I just want to say thanks to everyone who's made this possible. Before I start going on and on, you stay safe, America.